Hello everyone, this is Jordan, back with another video after a week off. Hope everyone had a great 4th of July weekend, or week I should say. Got a 60 lap race here from Daytona, and the first race of the Sirius XM Pro Series. It's a fixed setup series, runs on Tuesday nights. There's been some talk of it going possibly open setup, but nothing confirmed as of yet. You see me there in the 88 car, sponsored by Haas Automation, or Haas CNC. Good looking car. It's basically the Go Fast base from a couple years ago, recolored and converted over to a Chevrolet body instead of the Ford. And we will quickly slot into second place here. Try to log some laps. 15 cars started the race, and we'll see what we can do. So you'll see us running around behind the 47. A couple of people I do know in this race. The 6 car used to run with Cam over at Fast, which is a good league. I don't run over there as much anymore, but it is a good league. And Garrett, who raced with me in the USRL for a very long time, until I was stopped from racing over there. Until I stopped racing over there. Yeah, he's a good racer. Both the 6 and the 16, very good racers. The 11 won the shootout, so he's a good plate racer as well. And 47, he's pretty much good, well, everywhere. Tyler, he's a decent racer as well. Haven't raced with him in a long time, so this is the first time I'd raced against him in probably a year or more. See the 18 gets sucked into the wall, and that was an issue for a few cars, particularly him and the 09. Both got sucked into the wall at some point during this race. Yeah, we'll get a shot of Garrett's cool KFC car. You see him, he's going to take it 3 wide right here, split the middle. I think it's going to work out for him. He's got a little help from behind from the 10 car, and he's going to clear the 09 and drop it to the inside line. And yeah, so this is a 60 lap race. It's not really a long race in terms of lap count, but it is a long race when you're running it, because there's not really a whole lot you can do except for hold the throttle down and ride behind whoever you're drafting with. You can try to make some moves here and there, but I mean, for the most part, it's hard to do a whole lot without increasing your possibility of getting in a wreck or ruining someone else's day. The Highline's formed up now. They're going to go try to take the 3 to the outside. You see a scary moment here. The 6 cuts down, and the 10 was kind of there. But nevertheless, nothing happens. A good save by the 10, and I'm sure the 6 probably felt that as well. So good job by him. Make sure everybody kept in a straight line. The Highline was more or less useful in this race if you got enough cars up there, like you'll see right here, where the 99, it's got a pretty good line of cars behind him. It's 4 versus, well, the field, who are lined up on the outside line, and I see that in my mirror, and I will probably jump up there, and I do. So if you got enough cars up on the outside lane, you could really make some good time up there. And the 09 got sucked into the wall. I saw that in my mirror, and the line started to break up behind me, and I knew that it was 4v4. So I went back to the bottom because the bottom was the dominant line, especially in the corners. With the high line, you needed about 2 or 3 more vehicles up there to really make that work, which is pretty good for a Daytona track. You'll see here the 16 gets bumper grabbed, I believe, and he'll go spinning down the track, collect the 3. And the 3 does a good job to save it without hitting the wall. The 16, Garrett there, he collected it up. He didn't hit anything, so luckily for everyone involved in that one, no harm, no foul. Yeah, just a case of bumper grab there. No one's really at fault. And there I am leading us back to the caution flag. So I was able to keep the lead for at least a minute there. And we'll fast forward to the pit stop. So here's a pit stop for me. And I kind of messed up here because I didn't need a full tank of fuel. And at Daytona, there's really no tire wear. So you don't need to take 4 tires. Usually 2 or none will do it. Unless you're getting a full tank of fuel, then you might as well do 4 tires because it takes the same amount of time. So I'll come down pit road here. Not a big issue because of where we're at in the race. We're only 9 laps in of a 60-lap race. But this could be an issue potentially if we were 56 laps into the 60-lap race. So you'll see here, I start to pull out of my pit stall after getting 4 tires because I'm a dingus. And the 47 pulls off in front of me, and I don't really have a chance to speed with the way the gear ratios here are, the way they are here. So 47 takes off. He's first off pit road. 98 second, 99 third, 6 fourth, 10 fifth, and there I am in the line, and I should be in 6th. The 11 hits the line right after me. So I should have been 6th and on the outside row. Now I'm going to be 7th on the inside row, even though he didn't really beat me to the line there. But that's part of it. And it's not a big deal. I mean, it ended up actually, I think, benefiting me more than anything that I was on the inside. But it is something to perhaps think about. A better way to monitor that as we move on to the season. Could be an issue potentially later in the season or in a late race situation. So here I am. We're going to go to the high side here. Try to get that high line going again because it was really fast when you got enough cars in there. Unfortunately, don't think anyone's going to go with us here. So it's me and the 99 all alone on the outside lane. And you'll see right here, yes, just me and the 99 and the 16 versus, well, everybody else in the low lane. But I stuck with it for the time being. The high lane did work after a few laps earlier, so that was kind of my plan. Just kind of ride up there and see if we could get that outside line moving again. We finally do get a few people to jump up there. 47 goes the outside, defensive driving. That's fine. Defensive driving and blocking are not the same thing. He gets into the door of him there and squirrely, but he saves this. A great save there by Tyler, the 47. And the 10 take the lead. And 2 pretty equal lines at the moment. The inside line, we got a few more cars, but they're not really organized. So, like I said, you need about 2 or 3 more cars, and that's about what we've got right now on the outside line. That's why we were able to move forward. Some good racing overall, though. Not a whole lot of cautions in this one. We will get to that portion, talking about cautions, in a little bit. 99 going to slot in and kind of leave us out to dry with the 61 and the 16. And I believe that's the 25 behind the 16. It is. So now the inside line's really got the advantage. They got a ton more cars. But yeah, as far as Daytona races go, it's fairly tame for the most part. There's only one, I think, real major incident, which was good. The setup was really stable. It was fun to drive, which is nice. In a fixed setup league, the cars are stable, and you can get a car that drafts well, can suck up and make passes. It makes it a lot of fun. So here we go, the outside line, looking to regroup again. So now we got some more 2-wide racing. If we were going slower, it could be a pace lap. But yeah, so I'm just back here in the back of the field. You see the 61 and the 09, they're getting really, really close. And the 47, 11. And that's the kind of the only downside of the outside line. Even though you're able to carry a lot of speed up there, you get such a big run off the corners. You have to be really careful with the car in front, because you're definitely going to get a run and bump them. So kind of shove each other forward. So here we go down the back straightaway, and you'll see right here the first oh crap moment of the race. Bumper grab the 09 up in the wall. 61 really close to my quarter panel. Somehow I avoided the 99 hard into the wall. I was able to continue, but wow, that was a shot to the inside wall. I got in the wall a little bit, but there wasn't any damage, thankfully. That was an extremely close call for me. It was right out of my windshield. And that stuff happens so quick. It's just you're just along for the ride. So we'll take the caution. We'll fast forward to pit stops. So here we go. We'll go with our magical helicopter cam here in a second to view the pit stops. There was not really a good view from the pit stall I was in. So come in. This time I didn't screw up. I'm just going to get fuel. They just need like 1 and a half cans or so. Not even that. So right there, I come off the pit lane in third. And I believe I will actually restart third. The 11 actually pulls down, or he got a black or something. Yeah, I believe he got a black there. Let's see, I should have came out in third, and that's where he ended up. But had he not got the black, he probably would have lined up in third and me fourth, even though that's not really how we come out of the pits. So here we go, back up through the gears. The 47 got a great start. The 6 slots down in front of me. And we are about a quarter of the way through this race. Well, a good third of the way, I guess I should say now, because we're 20 laps of the 60, so a good third of the way now. So the plan from here, there's one decently sized wreck to 24 alt tabbed. The 99 was obviously off the pace after his incident, and that front end damage really hurt him. But everybody else, the 13 cars that are still running, are all very competitive. They're right there, and anybody could win it. So we're going to see what we can do. We can fast forward this a little bit here. I did cut some of that stuff out. It's just really just us running single file or what have you. So now we are 2 wide at least. Get some action. Some of this Daytona race is just a lot of riding around. It can be a bit boring. So we're coming up on pit stops here fairly soon, and you see us go down the back straight, pushing the 6, and the 2 lanes are actually really equal right now with the amount of cars in each lane. And this is a bit nerve-wracking as a driver, because if anybody loses it, gets a bumper grab, lags, it could end your day and just about the entire field. So it's a bit nerve-wracking, but at the end of the day, if you're just watching at home, it's probably not very exciting because we're just riding in line and just shoving away. So the 25 got, or that's not the 25, that's the 61. The 61 got a little squirrely there. Jumped out of line. That's going to definitely hurt our momentum a bit. 47 is going to clear the 6. And we'll probably jump to the end. Oh, I thought he would jump to the inside there, but he did not. I know that pit stops are coming up relatively soon. In this race, we're 29 of 60. Gas didn't really last long here, about 13, 14 laps at the most. I think you could go a little bit longer if you were in the draft. I think I was getting closer to about 16, 17 laps. If you were leading the line, your fuel mileage really suffered. All right, so fast forward a little bit more in the race. Again, that was just a lot of us riding around. So fast forward to lap 31. I believe this is the lap that we come in for pit stops. If it's not this one, it's the next one. So a bold move by the 10 to go to the bottom, try to make it 3 wide. Didn't quite work out. Still too wide, and everybody dives off. Come to pit row here. Slowing down the 11. Hard on the brakes, gets into the 10. The 10 gets into the 47. They hit the wall. Goes sliding across the track. 10 collects a 16. The 47 hits the reverse and collects the rest of the field. That's going to give us the lead momentarily. We actually get to lead a lap there as we roll down pit road, so that was pretty neat. I just kind of drove through the mess. We will get fuel here, so 2 cans, no tires, just to be safe, to make sure we don't spend any extra time. And there we go. So we are out of the pit lane, and that big gap proves to be a bit of a bad thing for us, and you'll see why here in just a moment. So we're up through the gears, we're out on the racetrack, and you see the 3 and the 18, and there's 2 of them and 1 of me, and they've got the draft off of my car, so they're going to catch me really quickly. I do a little bit of defensive driving here, not too bad, because I don't want to get in a wreck. He's got to the outside, he cuts way down to the bottom. I go to the top to let him go. There's no point to really fight him. I knew he was adamant that he was going to get the lead right there, so there's no reason to block and get us involved in an accident. At this point in the race, if we don't get in a wreck, it's going to be between us 3 or 4 up here at the front. After that incident on pit road, and that should have been a caution. It really should have been. I know it wasn't on the racing surface. It didn't affect the actual cars who are staying out. But when you have that many cars involved, it kind of ruined several people's day because they lost so much time on pit road there. But for us, didn't really ruin anything. And we'll fast forward some more here. Like it was pretty much just us riding in line. We caught some lap cars pretty quick. The 6 is a lap down. The 16 is a lap down. The 09 is on the lead lap, and the 10 is a lap down. Facebook notification there. Wonderful. Alright, so with this train of lap cars who aren't really damaged and lead lap cars, we've got a nice little train of vehicles here. And we're on lap 46 of 60 at the moment. I'm riding along in second. We're going to come to pit row again here. So just 14 or so laps to go. That was about the edge of the pit window. So we're all going to come down pit row here. Good job by the 09 to get on pit road really aggressively. It's actually going to jump me. We are going to take tires here because there was some tire fall off. I wanted to have a car that handled really well. So I will take tires here. We see that beautiful angle. We could see all the action from there. But yeah, get 4 tires, 2 cans of fuel. See the 25 is a lap down. 6 is a lap down. They're going to come out of the pits. Alright, so here we go. They 09 out first. I'm really in second, but the 18 and the 10 are going to go around me. I kind of let them go because they weren't going to let me up. And I'll slot in. I'll come out of the pits third. So went in pits second. 09 was really aggressive getting on. He jumped both of us, went to the lead. The 10, who's a lap down, come out right in front of me. And then I came out in third place overall. So you'll see. So we got a nice little 4-car train. The next car back would be the 3-car, but they're over a second behind. I believe they might have messed up their pit stop, so that put them in kind of a no man's land for this last run, and that was unfortunate for them, but kind of increased our odds to do well, because that made it a 3-car race really between myself, the 18, and the 09. And then the 10 was mixed in here. With that 4th car was really going to help us run away from everyone behind us. So we'll fast forward here to lap 49. I've caught back up to the 10 car. And you'll see here, I'm trying to poke my nose to the outside. I really want to get around the 10 car. Because the 2 lead lap cars, other than myself, are right there in front of me. I would like to be able to get up there and battle. Or at least try to go to the outside, make something happen before the last lap. But we're not able to. I'm not able to do that. Everyone's just staying tucked in line. So the 6 here, we come up on him really quick. 18 gave him a shot in the bumper. And so now we've got the 6 mixed in with the 3 lead lap cars. With just 10 laps to go here, which is fine. I mean, they have their right to race. So there again, I jumped to the outside of the 10 car, hoping that they'll maybe let off, let me by, and let me go race the lead lap cars. 25's up top, so I'm trying to get a little draft off of him. But that's another lap down car. So I'm gonna go to the inside of here. He squeezes me down to the apron. And now the 10's going to go up in front of the 25, and they're going to draft together. 10 drops down in front of me. 25 right there with me. And once again squeezes me down. just a little bit. That's more on me. And we'll slot in front of me. So now the 25 and the 10 are in front of me. And maybe I'm just that bad of a driver. I don't know. 6 goes up top, and he is my momentary hero as I rocket from the back of this field by pretty much everyone. And I get right to the point where I'm about to clear the 09, and he drops back to the inside. So leaves me completely out to dry there, and I'm going to go straight to the back of this train once again. It's going to help me save fuel a little bit. At this point, I've kind of chalked it up to they're all, well, the 09 is going to wait to the last lap to go to the outside, which is totally fine. And the lap cars are going to race really hard. So you can see here I go to the outside of the 25. I've got him almost cleared. I think I probably could have just cut across his nose there, but I don't do it. It's actually losing both of us time with us being side by side like that. So it makes it interesting with us, the 3 lead lap cars mixed in with the 3 lap down cars. The 25 and the 10 are battling for position, and then the 6 I think is, yeah, the 6 is 2 laps down. So the 25 I can understand why he's racing pretty hard here, because he's battling the 10 for a spot on the racetrack, 7th and 8th. So we're coming in on 5 laps to go here. It's going to be lap 55 or 54 of 60. Now 55 ticks over. So just a few laps to go here. We're riding in line. At this point, I'm just kind of biding my time. I kind of saw what was going on, and just trying to save some fuel, save some tires. Not that they matter a whole lot, but maybe. Yeah, I saw the 09 kind of poke his nose out there, and I went up there as soon as I saw that. So just trying to save some fuel, save some tires, so I can try to make a run on this last lap when they do go for it. Because the 25 I know is going to try to get by the 10. The 09 is going to try to do whatever he can to get up to the 18. So I know that at some point they're going to not be single file. So I'm just kind of biding my time and just waiting for that to happen so I can get a big run and make sure I have enough fuel, because we were right on the edge of the window. There was a few times where my fuel actually ticked over to needing a splash to make it to the end. So again, this is why I cut some of the parts of this race out, and some of it big chunks, because this is what you would have been seeing. Just me riding in line, other cars riding in line, not really a whole lot of action other than some bump drafting and whatnot. There was some too wide that I skipped over, but I mean, it's the same thing. It's just people riding in line, except there's a high line and a low line. The lead never really exchanged hands or anything. So coming to 2 to go here, or 3 to go I should say. I'm trying to take a look to the outside to see kind of what's going on up there. It's hard to see too many cars in front of you. And then I'm also trying to gauge how much of a run I can get, how far back I can get, and get a huge run that I'll need to get by several cars here, because I'm at the back of the train. So the goals kind of shifted at this point. I initially was thinking win when I was riding second. Then when I got all these lap cars mixed in with me and I got shuffled back behind them, and now we're coming to 2 to go. Now I'm thinking, well, just finish third. And if you can get second, great. But at this point, I've pretty much given up on the just winning on raw speed. I don't think I could make it from that far back. So the 9 finally does go to the outside here, but there's only 2 cars up there. I could make it a third car, but I really wasn't doing much good. And I wasn't able to get the draft from that far back. So now once I'm inside the drafting range, you'll see me kind of put my nose up there a little bit and see which lines I'm moving. And I will go to the outside with them now. So now it's 3 on 3 as we enter the final lap. And we're coming up on another lap car, which is the 98. So you'll see this is the final lap. Riding in behind him. The 98 goes really high. The 3 splits the middle, 2 laps down. I don't know if that's position or not. The 09 bumper grab with the 18. He spins in front of me. I go sliding, an incredible save as the 09 goes flipping across my nose. And we'll actually rewind that, kind of let you guys see that in slow motion. I would have to rate this as one of the top 10 saves that I have ever made on NR2003. Because the 3 car is only 8 seconds back. If I really spin, blow a tire, or blow the engine, I'm probably going to be somewhere close to being in 6th place after this spin. So, given the circumstances and the difficulty, as you see, I'm going 195 miles per hour. This is probably one of the best saves I've ever made. So I went 3 wide because the 98 kind of backed out of it. The 10 was below me. They weren't backing out. Obviously, they have 25 behind them for position. The 09 just gets bumper grabbed. I don't think that was anything malicious, or that wasn't really a. I don't think it was a block by the 18. I think the 09 kind of went towards the middle a little bit and maybe bumper grabbed the 18, and that's what caused the 18 to shoot up the track like that. The 09 just goes right in the wall and spins across the track. 98, I don't know how, but gets through it clean. So I get hit, contacted here by the 10 car. The 09 does get hit by me very lightly. You see I'm completely out of the throttle. So the 10, I think, actually saved me when they hit me in the door. So now I'm pumping the gas, trying to get it to stay straight. And now if I switch the camera here, you'll be able to see that as close as it is, I don't hit the 09 a second time. He goes right by me. Absolutely terrifying, because I could have went from being 2nd or 3rd place to being in 6th or 7th. But I get a crowd here. I let off the gas and I don't full throttle it while I'm in the gas, or while I'm in the grass, because that will spin you. Grass is like ice on NR. So I'll continue on, and now the 10 here is full throttle in the grass, and this will show you why you don't full throttle in the grass, because they're a lap down. I don't know where the 16 is. We'll check out. Okay, so they're coming down the backstretch. So I guess the 10 was trying to keep hold of 8th place at this point, but the 10 like has entered the shadow realm. The only thing showing out of the wall is the bumper of the vehicle. And it comes spinning down the track at me. So we'll watch this at full speed, because I was like, oh, I saved it, I'm through it. And then I saw the 10 and I was like, oh no. So they come down the track, nearly get me, and I'm able to corral it up and continue on. Everybody else seems to get through cleanly. 18 by himself will get the win. And here I come, and we'll pick up the second place finish after all that. So the last lap crash allows me to kind of somehow collect it and get a second place finish. So that's going to pretty much do it for me. Let's see some of the other stuff I've got lined up. There's the Phoenix race, and it was about an hour long, so we got a good video coming up for that. Go out here to the main menu and see my beautiful race cars. Oh, can't see that yet. All right, so there's the car that I just used for the Sirius XM series. Gives you a little bit better look at the paint scheme that I had on the car. I'll let it spin a few times here, and thanks for sticking around and watching the video. If you did, make sure to like it, subscribe for more NR2003 content and stuff for Grid 2019 coming up in September. Really looking forward to all that stuff. Sirius XM stuff will always be on Wednesdays. I've got TDR Truck Series going on tonight. After an off week there, we're going to be back in action at some track tonight. I don't even know if they've announced it yet, but looking forward to that. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Have a good one.